Okay, we're going to find out very quickly what's happening across Africa. Okay, so first we're going to go to Egypt. Something really, really drastic is happening between Egypt and Zambia. Yes, Egypt and Zambia are about to go at it. You better find out about this. And then we're going to go to Burundi. If you ever heard of Burundi before, this is Burundi on a map. Well, something drastic is happening between Burundi and Belgium. They've actually chased away a white Belgian development official for talking too much. You need to find out about this. And then we're going to Mali. Yes, Mali and Algeria are not getting along at all. Matter of fact, Mali has taken Algeria to court over the claims that Algeria shot down a Malian surveillance drone. So basically, the Malians were surveilling terrorists using drones, specialized drones, and the Algerian shot the Malian drone. Crazy stuff. Why would they do this? Why would they do that? Are Algerian terrorists? You better find out about this. What's happening, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. Very quickly across Africa, you certainly want to know what's happening. Now, in Egypt, something massive has happened. Egypt has refused a friendly match. We're talking about soccer against Zambia. Soccer or football. Okay, you call it soccer, we call it football. Anyway, soccer or football. Now, Egypt has refused to play against Zambia. The Egyptian Football Association has declined proposed friendly match against Zambia. Why has Egypt refused to play against Zambia? Because of the presence of Zambia's national coach staff. Now, there is a person who's from somewhere Egypt doesn't want. Yes, from the country you don't name. Egypt is not happy at all. They don't want to play against Zambia because one of the trainers of Zambia come from the country you don't name. That is big and is massive. Why? Because Egypt doesn't agree with them. Number one, because of Gaza. What's happening in Gaza, Egypt thinks is absolutely insane. Egypt has been sidelined from ceasefire negotiation with the Israeli official, reportedly cutting off communication with Cairo. You remember Donald Trump came up with an idea. They wanted to send the Palestinians, some of them to Jordan, some of them to Egypt. You know, like take them out of their land. Imagine being told to leave your land, your native land, to go to a foreign land. Go stay there. For Donald Trump to fix your land and make it a brand new paradise. For who? We don't know. Now, Egypt said we're not accepting these people here. They're not leaving the country. That is where they were born. They should stay there. If you want to fix the place, fix it whilst they're there. Now, Egypt has been very much against what's happening in Gaza, but they cannot express themselves openly because they want to balance the relationship with the United States of America. And you know, right now, if you say something against the country you don't name, I'm sorry, I'm saying the country you don't name, not because I'm going to explain. The reason why you say the country you don't name is because when you say the name of the country, unfortunately, your video is shadow banned. You know what shadow banning is? Let's say you have 100,000 followers. Your video, when it's shadow banned, will only be distributed to perhaps 5,000 people. I'm sorry, it's been very consistent. Every time you say the country you don't name, it happens that way. It's the same as the guy that owns all the computers in the world. You know that guy? If you say his name, your video is shadow banned. That's why you have to find an alternative. It's crazy. It's crazy what we learn throughout. Now, Egypt has said we're not playing against Zambia because Zambia's got a trainer from the country you don't name. And the country you don't name, we have an issue with them because of the things that's happening in that place that you know. Now, is that a good thing to do or not? Now, I believe that people should be strong with their own convictions. I mean, if you have convictions and you believe your convictions are being violated, you should be strong enough to stand for it. I mean, anybody can, same for the country you don't name, they have their own convictions. If you stand against their convictions, you're going to be the enemy. Same for Donald Trump. If you stand against America, you're going to be their enemy. Shouldn't Egypt stand strong for those people that are suffering right now? I mean, let me remind you here, South Africa went to court against the country you don't name. You know what has happened? There's major consequences. Donald Trump has hit them with accusations of genocide against white people, hit them with wanting to take the lands back from white people by force. All of this has been proven to be not correct. There's no genocide of white people happening in South Africa. Yes, are white people being unalive? Yes, they are. Are black people being unalive? Yes, they are too. So there's no genocide as described in the books, in dictionary, happening in South Africa. But because South Africa took the country you don't name to court, Donald Trump hit them with several things. Number one, no more AIDS, okay? Finish. No more helping people with diseases and stuff like that. Number three, they have major tax happening on top of them. Tariffs of 31% South Africa has to pay. And the economy is going through hurdles. We've even heard that the United States of America are proposing to kick South Africa out of SWIFT system. That is very dangerous. My brother, you're going to suffer if you kicked out of SWIFT. And now we're moving to Burundi. Yes, Burundi here. Beautiful place, lovely people. Have you been to Burundi before? It's very nice. Notre Dame de Roero. You got to go visit Burundi. We don't talk enough about Burundi. It's gone through a lot of problems, but it's a very beautiful place. Some nice beaches, big lake, Tanganyika Lake, massive, very, very nice. And women, my brother, look at this, and this, and that, and this. Oh, okay, forget about women, okay? So something happened in Burundi. In Burundi, the director of Belgian development agency, Enabel, has been declared persona non grata in Burundi. Because he briefly shared on his social media an article denouncing fuel shortage and the black market activity in Burundi. Burundi has declared persona non grata a representative from Belgium. Who is this person? They represent a company named Enabel. Who is Enabel? Enabel is a company that provides funds for poor countries. I mean, like shithole countries. No, not shithole countries. They provide funds for countries in difficulties. They're a little bit like USAID, but that's Belgian version of USAID. Now, these people are in many African countries, including Burundi. This representative shared on his social media an article saying that Burundi is running through fuel shortage and black market booming right now. And the Burundian government declared him persona non grata and gave him 48 hours to leave the country. And now, Piga Makofi. Yeah. Okay, why are we picking Makofi? Picking Makofi out of context because I think it's important to have sovereignty, a level of respect, okay? People should just come to your country and say whatever they want, especially if it goes against the internal politics or policies, right? Is there fuel shortage in Burundi? Yes, there is no fuel in Burundi right now. It's very expensive. Matter of fact, a lot of Burundians are going, look at the map, they're going to DRC or to Tanzania to get fuel for their cars. Because of a lack of foreign currency. So Burundi is struggling right now with foreign currency. Why is that important? Let me put it this way, simple for you. For you to buy fuel, you need to use dollars in most cases. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you have South African rand, Zimbabwean dollar, whatever. Yeah, you need to use US dollars. So you need to change your money from your money to US dollars to purchase. Or maybe you need to take from your foreign exchange, your foreign money that you have in your banks and buy fuel. If you don't have US dollars, you can't buy fuel. It's not possible. You remember that Americans went to Saudi Arabia a long, long time ago. They had an agreement saying, we provide you with security and protection. You promise us that you will only sell your fuel in US dollars. So that's the petrodollar. That's how dollars became like the currency of the world. So if you want to make a purchase, buy oil, fuel for your country, you need to use dollars. Now, Burundi doesn't have enough dollars. Why? Because Burundi doesn't export very much in various areas. Okay, so they have difficulties and the country has been through the most. Some people believe Burundi has been very much opposing the West rhetoric. Back in time when the president was Nkurunziza, that was when COVID was blatant. You remember when COVID started and all countries in the world shut down and stuff and Americans were under the bed and all that stuff. Well, some of the countries in Africa did not shut down, including Tanzania and Burundi. Okay, they say we're not shutting down because we don't believe in this nonsense you're telling us. We don't believe it's truth. Now, that's what went against the narrative, the international narrative. Now, guess what happened? The president at the time in Tanzania was this man right here. His name was Magufuli. What happened to him? He was unalive. Now, this president here, Nkurunziza, also refused to lock people down. What happened to him? He was unalive. Well, can we say something in common they have right there? We don't know. Some people believe they were unalive by force. Now, since back then, Burundi kicked out international representative from World Health Organization and many other organizations. And some people believe there is a reason why they're trying to make sure that the country fails so they can prove to the world, if you don't follow our guidance, you're not going to succeed. Now, my other question is this one. Was this Belgian representative wrong by saying that Burundi is going through a shortage of fuel? No, he was telling the truth. Now, should you tell every truth in every circumstances in a foreign land? Absolutely not. You're not going to go to Ukraine and say, well, the Russians are killing the Ukrainians at the rate that is unprecedented. You can't say that as a foreign person. You need to shut your mouth and keep to your own business. Are we together? Now, should we say Burundi has made itself respected? Probably. Now, does this mean it resolved Burundi's problem? Absolutely not. Let me know how you feel about that. It was a great pleasure. And now we're moving to Mali. Now, Mali is taking Algeria to court. This is Mali on the map. It's a beautiful place, lovely people. They're taking Algeria to court for something drastic. On September 5, Mali filed a formal case of the International Court of Justice calling the incident a blatant act of aggression and accusing Algeria of malicious actions. So let me put it very simply to you. Mali is a country at war right now. There's a big chunk of Mali that is not within the Malian government's control. So there are some people in Mali that don't look black, okay? Let me just make it very stupid. They look Arabic, okay? Some of them want to cut the country into two parts. They say they don't want to be part of the black people. They want to have their own country. Now, Mali refused to accept that. It's unacceptable. It's our country. Now, it is believed that Algeria supports these people with weapons and intelligence. It is believed. Now, Mali was conducting operation to try to locate these people using Russian drones. And at this specific time, they saw where these people were hiding and they were just about to go and bomb them. And this was very close to Algeria. You look at the map, Mali and Algeria, they're very close. So northern Mali, right next to Algeria. At that specific time when Mali was trying to bombard these terrorist people, Algeria shot down their drone. And Mali was very angry. Like, why would you shoot down a drone that's trying to shoot down terrorists? Unless you are their friend, or maybe you are them. So the relationship between Mali and Algeria has gone south very quickly.
Press release number 073 from the transitional government. The transitional government regrets to inform the public that on the night of March 31st to April 1st, 2025, a drone belonging to the Armed and Security Forces of the Republic of Mali, registered TZL98D, crashed on national territory at Tinzawatan in Abebara Circle, Kidal region. The drone was precisely located in an area with the following geographical coordinates: 19 degrees 52 minutes 4.738 seconds north, 2 degrees 53 minutes 38.101 seconds east, 9.5 kilometers south of the Mali-Algeria border. Following this incident, an investigation was immediately opened. From the results of the preliminary investigation, the following points are worth mentioning. Communication was lost with the aircraft at a position located on Malian territory, and whose geographical coordinates are as follows: 19 degrees 51 minutes 50.526 seconds north, 2 degrees 53 minutes 36.099 seconds east, or 10.2 kilometers south of the Mali-Algeria border. The distance between the point where communication with the aircraft was lost and the location of the wreckage is 441 meters. These 2 points are all located on Malian national territory. The latest information transmitted by the drone concerned a meeting between high-profile terrorists planning actions. The aircraft fell vertically, which can probably only be explained by hostile action caused by surface-to-air or air-to-air missile fire.
You know, Mali calling back its ambassador, Algeria calling back its ambassador, they're not getting along at all. Now, Algeria reacted by saying that the drone crossed into Algeria territory. So they shot the drone into Algeria. But the question is, how can you shoot the drone into Algeria, then the drone falls several kilometers away into Mali? Is that even possible? Question mark. So Mali has taken them to court. They want to provide proofs, you know, like blatant proof that Algeria orchestrated the shooting of the drone in an act that's purely malicious. And also they accuse Algeria of hosting these terrorists because, in fact, they have proven that some of these terrorist leaders have crossed into Algeria for some time and they've received a massive reception in Algeria. That's what it is, fellas. It's used to play against Zambia because they believe, why can't Zambia hire Zambians to coach Zambians? Why do they have to hire people from other places? I don't understand Africans teams, you know, soccer teams and stuff in hiring white people. I mean, nothing against that. But why can't you promote Africanness so they can build themselves? I don't understand that. Now, you tell me, is Egypt right to react in that manner or not? Now, Burundi expels the Belgian official for talking too much, you know, into business that don't concern him. Do you think this is right from Burundi to do? Or this is shutting down freedom of speech? Is every freedom of speech necessary? Let me know how you feel about that. Mali taking Algeria to the International Court of Justice, hoping they make them pay. Now, let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. God bless.